But she says, I'm shoot retarded. Yeah, I'm technically retarded as well. I've got mental retardations. Cerebral palsy. I can't picture things in the head. I got some motor skill issues. That is technically mental retardation. But anyway, I wanna explain to you, I wanna pitch to you guys the idea that I have that one of the greatest winning a title storylines and gradual heel turn storylines of all time is Bo Dallas's lead up to the NXT title. So a little bit of backstory. Originally, Bo Dallas, he was Bo Rotunda, which is his real name, I think. I don't know if Bo is his real first name, but Rotunda is his real last name. He's the son of IRS, if you didn't know, Erwin R. Shyster. Dude used to tag team with $1 Million Man back in the day. And he's also brothers with Bray Wyatt. Anyway, Bo Dallas, he was a pretty generic, like, white meat babyface back in the day. He's, got a lot of gumption. Apparently got a friend request. Got a lot of gumption, he runs in with his spear and everything, and boy howdy, he's gonna get the job done and everything. And people were kind of behind him just because, he's fun to watch, he's a good wrestler and stuff, but people did start to turn on him over time because, like, alright, this guy is pretty vanilla, And you were starting to get people at the time that were a lot more interesting to watch. You had your Corey Graves, who was really good to watch, especially right before he retired, unfortunately. He was in some killer heel feuds. But you had, like, your Nevilles, you had your Corey Graves, and Bo Dallas was looking pretty vanilla. Well, over time, they started doing a thing with him where he started to get a little cocky, where he was kind of, like, a little delusional, where he always thought he was the fan favorite despite the boos and everything. It's like he didn't hear them. Like, people would say, like, Bo, leave, like, telling him to leave, and he'd be like, oh, they're telling me to believe, and, stuff like that. He'd find ways to misinterpret people's chants to be chants for him. But he would still pretty much be a face. Like, it's a heel thing, and he would kind of talk down to people inadvertently, especially Neville. Because Neville was a tag team champion, and when his partner was injured, he decided he'd tag team with Bo as a fill-in. And Bo and Neville didn't really get along, which played into a storyline they had later in their careers. But they didn't really get along, but Bo still helped him defend it and everything. And they did end up losing it under Bo's reign. But Bo was kind of cocky and everything, and he's, like, super confident in just that little heel way of saying, like, with me, we'll win this one. And he's not disparaging his opponent, and he doesn't seem like he's aware that he's being kind of a dick. But over time, just that slow burn of it, And it was really good because, he'd come out and he'd throw his arms in the air and, like, the fucking fire extinguisher things would go off with the smoke, and his theme goes, I'll do anything it takes to make it. I won't die until the job is done, something like that. I'll be the one. It's a song that, like, not my kind of music, but it really fit him well. So I could, it kind of gets you pumped up. Mm-hmm. So, eventually, he's getting more heelish to the point that he's actually starting to flat out disparage some of the faces. And at the time, the NXT champion was the second ever one, Big E Langston, which is Big E. He was a solo act back then, big muscle man, super dominant. He instituted the 5 count. He doesn't pin people for 3, he pins them for 5, which is why his theme when he first came to NXT, or came to WWE, starts with, man, I don't want, man, I don't want 3, I want 5, something like that. I'm probably getting the wording wrong a little bit, but you get the idea. Eventually, Bo got a title shot against Big E Langston, and they're kind of bring up the idea of, I don't think Bo has what it takes to put away Big E. And eventually, we come to the finish of the match. Big E hoists Bo Dallas up. Bo Dallas has been slowly getting more and more vicious over the course of the match, and he hoists up, why am I blanking on the name? Bo Dallas on his shoulder, and he knows he's going for the big ending. That's Big E's finisher. And Bo's near the turnbuckle, so he grabs onto the turnbuckle pad to try and, like, slip his way out or something, trying to just keep him from pulling him away to the center of the ring. And in doing so, the turnbuckle pad rips off. And in that split second, you see that Bo Dallas sees the exposed metal hook. So as he gets pulled back, he manages to slip out and land on his feet behind Big E Langston. He grabs over the neck and throws his head into the post twice, and then pins him. 1, 2, 3. His theme hits. I'll do anything it takes to make it. I won't stop until the war is won. That is fucking incredible symbolism. Where
Pretty good.
when it came down to it, in the end, he did anything it took to make it. In the end, even while thinking he's the hero, he smashed his head into the metal ring post and then hit him with the Bow Dazzler. That's right, yeah, he did hit him with the Bow Dazzler after the ring post.
Wow.
That is fucking incredible, and no one ever talks about how incredible that story was. Now, they flubbed it a little bit. He was only supposed to throw him in once and hit the Bow Dazzler, but it looked Chris Benoit. I get it. But I don't know if Biggie flubbed it a little bit there. I don't know. He kind of stumbled out and went into it a second time. I don't know. Probably not intentional, but honestly, I've got no complaints. That story is incredible. Chat, do you agree? Like, I want your genuine opinions. Like, if you think I'm full of shit, tell me I'm full of shit. I want your genuine opinions. Ever watched CZW or interspecies wrestling? I haven't seen interspecies. I have seen some CZW over the years. Nothing recent, though. Never looked at that match, but it's actually great storytelling. Thank you. Like, God, I love that. Alright, I gotta fight Sting again. Why does it keep pitting me against Sting? Earlier I made fucking Undertaker tap out. Oh shit, I gotta actually back out of this one because I wanna... Come on, man. You're not gonna let me check what the authority mission is? I wanna check it. Do I like Demon Kang? I don't know why they're calling him the Demon King now. Why do they always take a formula that worked on NXT and then fuck with it when it gets to the main roster? Why would you fuck with it if you know it works? What do you think of Stevie Ray? Stevie Ray seems like a stand-up dude. It's a shame he was a really bad wrestler. Booker T put on all the legwork in that tag team. I love Harlem Heat, but Stevie Ray was not that good. Stevie Ray did have a hell of a finisher, though, where he lifted them and dropped them in, like, the pedigree. That was a pretty cool finisher. What did he call that move again? The slapjack? Something like that? Good finisher. Boom.
Super Salty Brother says, what are your vanilla midgets?
Well, Dean Malenko is the original vanilla midget, and I love him. Dean Malenko was awesome. Iceman Dean Malenko. I still go back and watch WCW pay-per-views for shit like Dean Malenko. Yeah. One of Johnny Friends has a man crush on Jericho. How can you not? And no, there's no such thing as a man crush. That's demeaning to Jericho. It's just a crush. Just face it. Face it. Jericho is a lovable man. We all love Jericho somewhere on the inside or outside. Can I be your young boy? Well, if you want to like go fetch me some water or some ice spray or something during the stream, I'd appreciate it because it's getting hot in here and I refuse to take off all my clothes because I don't think Hitbox is okay with that. I'll get an angry message by one savvy siren later about, okay, I love, she'll just message me and be like, I get it, you pride yourself on having the worst stream on Hitbox, but can you put your pants back on? I feel sorry for Savvy.
Retra says you can check the authority orders on the pause screen.
Oh shit, can I? Thank you.
Yes.
Win your match with green body health. Okay. It calls it, well, I just lost that. It calls it green, but there is no green. It's blank, then yellow, then orange, then red. There's no fucking green, game.
Dylan says man crush is totally a thing. It's Manbar's finishing move.
No, that's the man breaker. He's got the man breaker, he's got the man handler. Love it. Fuck the authority, LeMayo! How could you? I'm gonna tweet Triple H at you and he's gonna be so mad. Do you like Sabu? Okay, it's impossible not to like Sabu. Because either he's doing something fucking awesome, or he's fucking up something in a fucking awesome way. How can you not love Sabu? Are there only two genders? Oh god, we're getting into this now.
I wasn't gonna touch that one.
There's no right answer. No matter what, I'll get angry emails tonight. I'm just not gonna touch that one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't announce that one for you.
Don't get me wrong, guys. We bash social justice a lot on this show, but there are certain ones that even I won't touch.
Yeah.
But do you love New Jack? I don't know, man. Like, I see interviews with him and I want to love him, and then I also see him almost murder 60-year-olds. Or no, shit, Gypsy Jack was like, or Gypsy Joe was like 70s, 80s? How the fuck old was that dude when he tried to kill him? I don't think if I were a wrestler, I would have the balls to take a match with New Jack. Like, and I wouldn't even like, and I would completely like, I wouldn't even like say I don't want to work with New Jack. I would completely pussy out. Like, I would like try and make it an excuse like a family member died. Like, I'm not fucking going in the ring with New Jack. What if he doesn't like me? What if I do something by accident and he just hates my guts all of a sudden?
Dylan says, are there only 2 Ganders? Goose writes for life.
Shit. Really? The ref was distracted by Cameron from that distance? I mean, I'm not complaining. She is on my side, but... Huh, well, Sting's actually putting up the biggest fight I've seen in a while from one of these guys, and before this, I fucking killed him. Okay, I just sidewindered him off the chair. The ref should disqualify me, but no. Gypsy Joe is still alive. I thought Gypsy Joe died of age recently. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah, then you have the mass transit thing. Hasn't he said he doesn't regret that? Because don't get me wrong, the kid in the mass transit incident was a fucking idiot. An irresponsible idiot. But he didn't deserve to get basically stabbed. No one fucking deserves that. That's horrible.
K-Camp wants to know, who's your favorite wrestler ever?
Stevie Richards, hands down. Not being ironic. People always think like, oh, he's your boy, right? No. The work ethic of Stevie Richards is something that I respect and will always respect. That man is incredible. He put 150% into every match he ever did. It doesn't matter if he was losing a 3-minute match to Goldust on Saturday Night Heat. He made it Stevie Night Heat. No one fucking put in 100% like Stevie Richards, and I respect the shit out of him for that. I fucking love Stevie Richards. Stevie Kicks, Stevie T, Stevie Night Heat. I love Stevie Richards. I love that man so much. His YouTube channel even is amazing. I love that guy. Such a cool guy. I even gave him some pro tips on how to play Fire Pro Wrestling Returns once in his YouTube comments, and he took them.
That's awesome!
Fire Pro Wrestling Returns is my favorite wrestling game. Love that game to death. Dude had his neck broken in the ring, had his vocal cords severed during the surgery, and went back to keep wrestling after he recovered. That's why he's got the fucking scar across his throat. Fuck yeah, Stevie Richards. Dude's had his neck and his back broken, and he's still in better shape than most of the young guys. That dude is in Olympian level shape. I like how I beat I beat fucking Sting as a build-up to my feud with Fandango. This weird backwards world with a broken freaking neck. Kurt Angle reference. Yeah, Kurt Angle won, he legit won the gold medal in the Olympics for wrestling, representing America, before he was a pro wrestler, with a broken neck. They let him compete with a broken neck, and he won. I think that the guy he was against was representing Iran, I believe.
That's crazy.
Apparently, like, I watched some of it, and it seemed to me like a close match, but it's hard to say, because I don't think they announced the score. I don't really remember, but I have seen the match in the past. And it seemed really close. Like, when the match ended, his opponent was running around with his arms already up, just assuming he had won. And, like, the look on Kurt Angle's face when he won, like, you could tell he didn't think he was going to win that one, but he won on points.
That's awesome.
Won the heart of Mah-Dry-Bread with a broken freaking neck, Stevie Richards. The pre-show stopper! Mandy was there when I marked out hard for when Ryback came out with a belt that said the pre-show stopper.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god! That was hilarious! Oh my god!
So good. I
love Ryback. People shout on him so much. Dude, like, he's so limited. He got so good so fast though. And he's hilarious. Eat, tweet, delete, repeat. I love Ryback.
Yeah, his sense of humor is amazing.
He doesn't take shit from anybody.
He really doesn't.
He held up the WWE and was like, no, I'm not fucking wrestling unless you make a union. I'm running out my contract. And they didn't, so he fucking left. Ryback just left WWE. I respect so much his conviction. The big guy. Yeah, that's what his name is on the indies now. He's gone by the big guy.
I like it.
Fucking love Ryback. And I listened to the whole thing between Ryback and CM Punk, and I can understand CM Punk's perspective. I can understand Ryback's perspective. I love both of them. I can love both of them. Yeah, we got a New Legacy Incorporated raid earlier. Got up to like 600 people. Oh, it was awesome.
It was so cool.
I think it's awesome that so many of you are actually staying.
Yeah, like I'm really touched.
I've been streaming for like 5 years, and this is the most viewers I've ever had by a long shot. The most I ever had before this was like 100. I've never been rated before. This is really cool. Thanks, guys. I really genuinely appreciate this. I'll have to tweet at Fuck, where's the name again? I feel so bad that I keep getting the name wrong. New Legacy Inc. Thank you. I keep wanting to say generation, because, you know, the new generation era of wrestling.
Right.
Apparently against Jack Swagger. I love Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger is the fucking John Cena of Superstars. I actually watched WWE Superstars. I just skipped the 45 minutes of Raw recap. Jack Swagger has a match every single episode on Superstars and just kills the dude every match. Jack Swagger is so good right now. Like, I know, like, people make jokes about it because, you know, he can't talk very well. He's not great on the mic. He's never been great at the mic. But fuck me, man. He is incredible in the ring, and he has only gotten better. I can't wait till they pull the trigger on this guy and finally start to run with him again. People are still hot for the We the People thing. Ref goes down. They're still hot for the We the People thing. He's great at wrestling. His ankle lock still looks a little dodgy to me. He's never been great at it. But honestly, he is so entertaining to watch. The All-American American. I love that gimmick. Jesus, I'm out chain wrestling Jack Swagger.
Word Life Fan 9 says, the thing is with us, we can be a bunch of assholes and annoying, but we're the most genuinely awesome and heartwarming community. I agree with this.
Is that someone from, like, our community or New Legacy Inc.?
New Legacy.
Okay. Because I don't know much about you guys as a community, honestly. Again, I haven't come to one of the streams before. I've just seen clips online. But yeah, you guys seem nice to me. Like, again, like, you're doing these jokes and you're saying your dicks and everything. Oh, my chat does the exact same jokes, but my chat is also super friendly. It seems like that's why you guys are getting along. Like, you'll notice, like, often when I see raids on other people's channels, the longtime viewers get really mad at the new people because they're like, oh, who are all these new people coming? And, you know, that kind of thing. I haven't seen a single one of my usual fans say that to you guys. I've seen them just be welcoming and say this is awesome.
Yeah.
Because, again, I've never seen my long-term fans, like, shit on new people. We like being welcoming. We want the community to grow. It's fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, my Discord server, day and night, I just see people hang out there all talking and making friends, and I think that's fucking awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
That's why I spend so much time in the Discord server just talking with you guys, and why sometimes I jump in the voice call and stuff and just see who's on and talk to people. Yeah. I mean, I don't often have the free time to do it, but, you know, I try. Gonna play some Payday 2? Have fun, Overlord and Evil. Oh, I just got a $5 donation by Lydia. $5. She says, why not? Thank you, I appreciate it. We're all big boys here. Unfortunately, I am severely underweight, so I cannot call myself a big boy. But my fiance is very much trying to make me fat with what she's been feeding me. We've been eating too many nachos. Just, you don't know, over here in Ontario, like, real cheese is very, very cheap to buy because we have a strong dairy industry. Please say salty, you suck, pal. I just said it, so... I guess you're salty, and I guess you suck, pal. Hey, you missed, pal. Sorry.
Gotcha, bitch.
Sorry, that's really old and stupidly obscure reference to Darkseid 2. A really terrible old PC game that barely functions anymore. I actually did a Hey You Missed Pal reference in my Diablo 1 playthrough that I'm going to be uploading soon. Chat, does anyone in the chat get the Hey You Missed Pal reference? Any of you played that game? It's real obscure, and it's not one of those obscure ones where it's like, oh, I'm a connoisseur of video games. No, it's shit, don't play it. It really sucks. Darkseid 1 was pretty cool, but Darkseid 2 was lame.
Puddle says, nah, you're big boy because we say so.
Alright, if you insist. I mean, I'm like 5'9", 5'10". I'm kinda tall. I'd be tall if I was Asian.
You're like almost a foot taller than me, so.
Well, yeah, but you're really short. What's the spinning back suplex looking move? Oh, that's, I need to stop doing the corkscrew elbow. I just love Buddy Landell. The corkscrew spinning back suplex thingy, that is the Sidewinder suplex. Yes, I did kill Rita. Puddle gets it.
PB Scene says, I have a question. What do you think about you seeming to have a big following in the LGBT community?
I kind of do, don't I?
You do?
I think it's because I have a lot of Swedish viewers. A lot of my viewers are from, I got a lot of viewers from the Netherlands and Sweden, and I think that's why. It's just those countries have been more accepting with that shit earlier. I think it's, I don't know. I don't really, Jesus, that DDT. I don't really treat it any differently than anyone else, because I feel like when you treat it differently is when you become that asshole, you know? Like, EVJ is trans, and that's cool. When EVJ started transitioning during watching the show, she used to be Indie Flop, and now she's EVJ. The gay community! I get the reference, guys. More wrestling references. I also got Norwegian viewers. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm popular in that kind of like, in some of the Nordic countries and just kind of like northern parts of Europe in general. I tend to be more popular with. Not entirely sure why.
Dunno.
The AJ community? Fuck. I like that dead stare on Jack Swagger's face as I was pinning him there.
Too good.
If I were to go back in time and make anyone tap out, it would be Jesus. Sorry, Kurt Angle. We're just doing a wrestling reference off now with the chat. Fuck it,
Right?
It's fun.
It's amazing.
Evie is best gay. Gotta go get some sleep. That wow, 24-hour live stream had me drained. So glad I joined this raid. I'll be active on Discord stream tomorrow and whatnot. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming by Operation Rancid. I really appreciate you coming here. It's really cool of you to give me a chance like that.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
And again, we stream all the time. Oh my god, did you guys see that one Primetime Players, Primetime Players promo when, I think it was they were hawking merch for the network, and Titus O'Neil held up like some fucking rainbow-colored flag or something, or like rainbow-colored something or other, and Darren Young has a throwaway line where he's like, oh, rainbow, that's my favorite color, and they just don't even acknowledge it. That's fucking hilarious.
Best.
If you don't know, Darren Young's gay. He's credited as the first ever openly gay wrestler in WWE history to be openly gay while an active wrestler. And they never really play it up in storyline, because I think they've got enough taste to know, like, don't play it up in storyline. Don't make it his gimmick is that he's a gay dude, you know?
Yes. But does Bruno Mars is gay?
Does Bruno Mars is gay, of course, yes. Say you suck, pal, please. You suck, pal. But yeah, seriously, my favorite color is rainbow thing. Fucking great sense of humor on that guy. Love Darren Young. Darren Young has been getting so much better recently. He was so boring for so long in the ring. And it's funny because he and Daniel Bryan, I think, started wrestling in the same year. And it's funny because I used to originally say, like, I think Darren Young's shit because he's green. Because he seemed like, the mistakes he made, he seemed like he was always a little lost in the ring, you know? So it seemed like maybe he's just new. And then I Googled it, and he had been wrestling for like 10 years, like, oh, never mind, he's just shit. And then for some reason, like the last 2 years or so, he's just gotten way better. I really enjoy him in the ring now. Like, the storylines with him are a little bit dodgy, but he's genuinely good in the ring. I like him. I need some water. Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Subscribers, spam the icon.
Yes.
Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Wish they made Kalisto a gay hairstylist. Why?
Yeah, I was just about to read that one.
Fucking why? Why Kalisto, for that matter?
I don't know.
Darren Young's Gutbuster is dope. Yeah. His full Nelson Facebuster in NXT was so cool. Oh, yeah, the thing where you like spin him out and like pull him back. He did that move pretty well, actually. And the Gutbuster, that's a cool move. That's one of those ones where they like to try that move out with a lot of people. It's like if you're black and lean and they don't have a finisher for you, you get the leaping reverse STO. They cycle that one through fucking everyone. And if you're anything but black and lean and they really need to give you a finisher, it's full Nelson Slam. They pass those two finishers around like it's fucking nothing. What are your thoughts on David Otunga? He was really iffy for a long time. He started to get kinda okay near the end, but commentary's probably a better role for him. Do you remember the gay gimmick of Orlando Jordan in TNA? No, he was a bi gimmick. That was so fucking weird. I've heard that apparently like Ric Flair went on rants backstage about how much he hated that gimmick. Alright, oh my god, if we're against the Big Show, you know I've got to do the manhandler. The fan favorite move. Do you find Spinebuster sexy? Dude, nothing in the world is more satisfying than that clip of Arn Anderson hitting the Spinebuster on a young Shawn Michaels. Just type Arn Anderson Spinebuster into YouTube. I believe it was Survivor Series 1990. No, I think it was Survivor Series 1990. I think that's the one. But if you just type Arn Anderson Spinebuster, you'll get him doing it to Shawn Michaels, and my god, it is beautiful. And the only thing as beautiful as an Arn Anderson Spinebuster in wrestling is a Dolph Ziggler drop kick and an Arn Anderson DDT. Good lord, he spikes people.
Nyan Warrior.
They're hosting me. Sweet.
Nyan Warrior says, thoughts on Rhino's theme?
Rhino's theme? Man, Rhino's theme gets me so pumped. I remember when he came back to NXT with no announcement whatsoever, his theme just hit. I fucking raised out of my seat. And as a disabled dude who's got a bit of troubles walking around sometimes, I don't jump out of my seat often. I mean, like, I can walk and stand and shit, but I gotta take frequent breaks. My joints aren't in such good shape anymore. It's part of Ehlers-Danlos, specifically, is your joints aren't so good. Okay, NWA TNA is fucking hilarious to look back on. They were a shit show in the early days. Oh my god. Like, what were they called? The Duts, I want to say it was. Something like that. It was like a hillbilly family. I know that pre-WWE, why am I remembering his shady Jericho Holloway gimmick more than I remember? Trevor Murdoch, that's it. Trevor Murdoch had a tag team in early NWA TNA, and it was like the most cringe-worthy, awful thing. They had like sex midgets and shit. Cheeks, right. The Dups, that was it, and Cheeks. They had this dude, I think he only had one match, this morbidly obese, like 600-pound black dude who would just sit ass first on his opponents.
Oh my god.
I think he only lasted 1 week, and I heard he's dead of a heart attack now.
That doesn't surprise me.
The Dups were awful. And I still think to this day one of the funniest things in wrestling, like, of gimmicks that are so short-lived and felt so out of place. Like, you know when you see a wrestler in a company and you're like, I never thought I would see this, and it never stops feeling less weird. Despite him technically being in a TNA original, when Trevor Murdoch showed up in 2007, or 2008 maybe, no, 2009? I don't know, I just had like 3 years. In TNA as Jericho Holloway, where he showed up for 6 months, did nothing of value, and just disappeared. And it was just Trevor Murdoch with blue tights instead of red tights. And then he just vanished. And he picked up a lot of wins when he was there, against big people. And there was just no storyline. It was the weirdest thing, wasn't it? Oh shit, I shouldn't have done a reversal there. I almost had another one built up. I'm really behind on reversals now. He's gonna alley-oop me. Is it bad that I know their movesets?
No.
What are your thoughts on Freight Train? Woo woo! Fucking love Freight Train. $5 wrestling. Yeah. Towards Beaver Cleavage. That was another one of those short-lived ones. That was Chaz, wasn't it? Chaz was Beaver Cleavage. That was the dumbest shit, and they dropped it so fast. Yeah, that was a dark time. Oh, fuck, I gotta stop doing that toe kick. Because the counter out of the toe kick into the signature move is really slow. Choke him out. And leg sweep. My smooth belly. God, that was so good. Freight train promos are fucking hilarious. Holy shit, I did not realize it was Cheeks. You didn't realize what was Cheeks?
Chat's asking, is cute lesbian your fiance? No.
She's also not a lesbian. The lesbian joke came around because chat liaison. Because she's my chat liaison. She reads the chat for me. And she, Cameron distraction. She reads the chat for me, so she's the liaison. But liaison's really hard to spell, so people just started saying lesbian as a joke, so now we roll with it. She's chat lesbian. She's actually engaged to the Mad Librarian, who you might see in the chat there. She's engaged to Mad Librarian. I'm engaged to Fatima, who's not like a YouTube or internet person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh god, he got me with the cowboy. Is this gonna be my first loss in like 6 months? He KO punched me. God, I gotta pay closer attention. Am I fucked? Oh, I'm fucked. Fuck, he beat me. Shit. Guys, what's my win-loss record? Have we been keeping count? I might need to keep count when I edit the footage later for YouTube. Cheeks is still alive, are you sure? I could have sworn I heard the dude died. Oh yeah, there was that time that Samojo was kidnapped by ninjas because they need to write him off TV for a while for like...
Remember that?
I think it was injury leave, so they had to write him off TV, so they had kidnapped my ninjas, and then they never brought up again. He just came back. It's just like WCW, that time when Bret Hart buried Ric Flair in the desert, in the Nevada desert, and then 4 months later he just came back and they never talked about it again. Yes, I lost a Big Show. He buried you like he buried Eric Rowan. Shit, do you remember that one time Eric Rowan had the steel stairs dropped on his head? Was that not the scariest thing? Poor fucker.
Sounds pretty terrifying.
And he was just pounding his forearm on the ground on the outside to try and take away from the pain.
Yeah.
Poor dude. That must have hurt so bad.
Seriously.
Because, like,
Lazy.
they didn't mean for it to hit him in the head. It's just it was thrown outside the ring and it bounced around the corner of it, pegged him in the skull.
Lazy Shrew wants to know, how do you feel about New Japan Pro Wrestling?
New Japan Pro Wrestling is the fucking coolest. Fucking Nakamura versus, I'm blanking on his name. Big star in Japan, Cruiserweight Classic, Kota Ibushi. It's funny, I actually know Kota Ibushi from Chikara more than anything else. Chikara and DDT. You believe the record is 42-4 now? I'll have to check in editing later. Okay, I don't give a fuck about that match. But yeah. Left round 2 and the stream is still going. Honestly, I want to keep the stream going on forever because, like, you know, there are like 200 plus of you here and I don't want to disappoint you.
It's amazing.
But this, like, the heat wave is starting to come back. It's not as bad as it was before, but it's come back. I got no AC in this room. I gotta have the door closed for recording and streaming and stuff, so I don't get, like, noise in from the air conditioning units. Window closed and all I've got is a fan blowing hot, humid air at me. I'm drenched in sweat.
That sounds
It's
miserable.
awful.
Welcome back to
Yeah,
the
that sounds
show.
pretty miserable.
This
So
is my
I'm gonna close out the stream soon, but just stay tuned. I want
You were
to
voted
talk to you
as
guys a little bit.
Top 10 favorite superstar by the WWE Universe. Care to share some
Holland
words
versus
about
the
that?
World says, what do you think about Tanahashi?
Shit, I feel really bad because I know the name, and see, here's the thing, I'm really bad with names that are Japanese. And I'm familiar with a lot of Japanese wrestlers because I really like Japanese wrestling games, like Wrestle Kingdom 2 for the PlayStation 2. I play that game in Japanese on emulator just because it's such a good wrestling game. It's like, I think it was the last game made in the Day of Reckoning engine. So I'm familiar with all the Japanese wrestlers, but I always have a hard name, like remembering which one's which. Can someone remind me which one Tanahashi is?
I don't care what the WWE Universe thinks.
Waiting for it.
They mean nothing to me.
New
The
Japan's
only thing
biggest
that
star?
matters is
Oh
the
shit,
WWE
Tanahashi.
Championship,
Is he
not
the one who does the high fly
popularity
flow?
Contests voted by people that have no life.
Is he the high fly flow one? Have you played the TNA Impact video game? I played the
Thanks for
Wii
your time.
version of it.
Back to you.
The Wii version of it had a glitch where you can't kick out of pins. It's that broken.
The John Cena of NJP dubs.
Yeah, high fly flow. Okay, I guessed it correctly then. Sweet. Yeah, Tanahashi's awesome. I'm not a big fan of the gimmick of he does the finisher a bunch of times because it makes me feel like the finisher's a little cheap to me. But honestly, he makes it look so good, and I love me the lowdown. The high flip flow is basically the lowdown, and I'm a big D'Lo Brown fan. So lowdown, oh yeah, all day, any day.
JTA20 says, have you ever played Fire Pro Wrestling Returns?
Yeah, it's like I said earlier in the stream, this is my all-time favorite wrestling game. All right, I'm going to do an outro for YouTube real quick, but those of you watching live, stay tuned because I want to talk to you a little bit after I do the outro for YouTube. So for everyone watching this later when this hits YouTube, thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that this will convince you to come to the stream after seeing, the streams are fun. Holy shit, thank you for the $30 donation there, Taco Man. I said I'd give you 30, here's 30. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, buddy, for watching. If you're watching this over on YouTube and you want to come to the streams in the future, the link is in the description. And there's also a playlist in the description if you want to catch up on the whole playthrough, because I know this is the first time this has been uploaded in quite a while. So I can understand if you haven't seen the old stuff. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a nice day.
Bye.